So welcome back to the channel. My name is Coach Ben, and today's topic is, why do you do it? One of the things that we have to think about if you're a player and you're pursuing a professional career is, why do you do it? Or another way to rephrase that would be, who are you doing it for? And I think both of those kind of go together. You know, who are you doing it for, and then why are you doing it for them? I think they can kind of go hand in hand. And for coaches, it's the same thing. Why are you trying to become a coach, and who are you trying to become a coach for? And I think that's important for both players and coaches, but more for the coaches. I think it takes a certain kind of person to be a coach. I think it takes a certain kind of personality, and I think that personality can sometimes develop as you have more experience and you're, exposed to more of the coaching world. And initially, I think it's easy to get, caught up in the grand scheme of what coaching is like, and it's not always Pep Guardiola or Jurgen Klopp or Frank Lampard or Zinedine Zidane, like the big main figures, and it's not always out in the field doing exercises and coaching games on the sidelines. There's a lot more smaller, minor details that I think are often overlooked, which can be, once you get to that point and you're having to do all of those, I think sometimes it can be a big turnoff, and you start to forget why you want to do coaching. And the same thing can be for the players. I think you like the idea of becoming professional, but once you realize what it takes and the work that you need to do, I think there's going to be a certain point where you're going to really question, why am I doing this, or who am I doing it for? So I think it's important, and I'm speaking just for the coaching side, you have to figure out why you really want to become a coach. And I think that is the underlying goal, and I think that will be a big drive for you in your career of, why are you doing this? Because I don't think it's a job for everybody. I think maybe recreational soccer is probably, recreational coaching is probably, everybody can do it, but I think the higher you get in terms of the coaching world, the more demands are placed on you, the more expectations you have of wearing many different hats. So I think not losing why you're doing it or who you're doing it for, I think is really important. And I can talk about myself. Me personally, why I decided to become a coach is, when I was in high school, it was the one thing that I wanted to do when I got to that point in my life, right? I always thought I was going to be a professional soccer player. That worked out real well. But I always knew that I wanted to be a coach. And if it wasn't going to be a coach, I always knew that I was going to be involved in the sport some way, shape, or form, because the sport means so much to me. It wasn't until you discover a reason and have an opportunity that really sparks the real desire and push and the work to get to where you want to be. And for me, it was being laid off from another job that made me realize that I don't want to do anything else besides working with the sport. Because even when I was working with that job, my life still revolved around the sport, and believe it or not, I was always watching games. I was always researching different philosophies. I was always reading about players and clubs and looking at drills and exercises and activities, and dreaming about the wonderful life of what it would be like to be involved in soccer 24/7. And it wasn't until I was given that brief opportunity that I seized it, and I realized that I only have one life to live. I would much rather be happier, and it was taking a toll. My other job was taking a toll on so many other aspects of my life. So I think having that initial light bulb moment of why you really want to do it, I think it's so important to find. And if you have it, that's fantastic. You need to hold on to that, and you always need to go back to that reason. And I think it'll keep you very grounded. So I've been lucky enough to have many doors open because I've held on to my initial reason why I wanted to do it, which is just always being involved in the sport. And when you're always wanting to be involved in the sport, you're willing to do the nitty-gritty of the business side of the sport, the stuff that's not glamorous, the stuff that's not posted on Instagram, the stuff that no one talks about, because you understand that it all comes back, you know, it all goes full circle to coaching. And I think there's a lot of things out there that once you get exposed to it, you realize that shit, I don't like this, but I have to do it because it's a requirement, and it's only going to make me better, a better coach, or you know, a better player in the future. So that was a little bit of a topic that I've been thinking about, because in another video I'm going to explain what it's like to coach during COVID and what the past few months have been like for me. One, as a new coach, two, as a college coach, and three, as a coach that's trying to progress my education when it comes to the sport in general. What have I been doing the past few months since COVID struck? So it's got me to think a lot about, you know, the ins and the out of the sport, why I want to do it, why I want to stick with it, because, and I'll be completely honest, there have been lots of ups and downs the past couple months that have made me think that, man, this is getting, you know, it's tough sometimes. So that's it. I hope you guys really enjoyed the video. Again, I always enjoy making this kind of content for you guys. I always think it's great to be transparent and completely honest, because it's easy to get carried away and get lost in the social media side of the world and the glamorous side, and when everything looks really fun, because sometimes it's not. And again, my offer for you coaches and players, it's always going to be the same. If I can help you in any way, shape, or form, please don't hesitate to email me. My personal email is in the description. The email to this channel is also in the description, so you can hit me up there. You can check out the Instagram page and hit me up there. And if you send me a video or an email, don't worry about it. I'm gonna get to it, I promise. I don't leave any stone unturned. And that's it. I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your day, and I will see you in the next video.